Hi, this is Dr. Melanie. I'm here with Micky today doing another training. Yesterday we went over both commands come and sit. So today we're going to combine the two because what I eventually want him to do is just come to me and sit right down beside me. So we're going to be practicing the combination, and I'm using this leash if I need to guide him. First I'll say the word come, and then if he's not coming on his own, I'll just give a gentle tug with the leash. And the same thing with sit. So yesterday we worked with putting our hand on his back to sit. Today instead I want to use a different technique to just give a little yank on the leash so he knows that he needs to sit if he's not doing it by the word. We always want to give him a chance to do the command just with the word to see how far he's progressed before we give him any guidance. Micky, come. Micky, come. Good, come, sit. Good boy, good sit, good sit. So he did really well with that. So he came right to me and sat right down. So since he already knows both commands, this is pretty easy to teach him. Good boy. We're going to do a few more just to make sure. Micky, come. Micky, come. Good boy. Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit. Good sit. Good sit. So he's doing really well. He definitely remembers what we went over yesterday. He's a very smart dog, easy to figure out what's going on, so he's already quickly coming over and sitting right down beside me. And that's really great, so if you have him in an area with a lot of people or dogs or anything like that, it's nice to have him trained that when he comes to you, he comes and sits right down, so it's easier for you to put the leash on him if you need to, or to do whatever else you need to. Micky, come. Good boy, Micky, come. Good boy, Micky, come. Come. Good boy, sit. Micky, sit. Good boy, good boy. Alright, so I did have to tell him twice that time. Sometimes that happens when you're training. Dogs just get either distracted or tired, and that's okay, but he did still sit the second time I said it. I didn't have to give him any guidance, so he's still doing really well with that. Alright, so now what I want to do is start adding in a little walk around and then having him sit. So it's kind of the same idea, but instead of coming to me, we'll be walking on the leash and then have him sit on command. Right? Heel. Leash twisted the right way. Alright. So we're just going to do a little circle around, might go a little off camera. Micky, sit. Micky, sit. Good boy. Good sit. Good sit. All right. So he was a little bit confused with that because he's used to us calling him to him and then having him sit. And instead we're doing a little walk around. And whenever you change it up on the dog during training, it's always going to take them a little while to get it. But he still sat down with just a little bit of guidance. So that's really good. We're going to keep working on this. Good boy, Micky, this way. And you always want to have him right beside you when you're walking at a good heel. You don't want him pulling you all over the place because once he's out in front pulling you, it's very easy for him to gain control and for you to just lose control of him on the leash. So you want to teach him that when we walk, you're always beside me. Good boy. Micky, this way. And I'm guiding him by using, when I turn around, I say, Micky, this way. You can use whatever phrase you want, but just have a word that he associates with making sure that he's close to you. Some people use the word heel as well. Micky, this way. Good boy, Micky, good boy. Good boy, Micky, this way. Good boy. Micky, sit. Good, sit. Good sit, good sit. Alright, he did much better with the sitting that time, and he's doing really well on the leash. He doesn't have too much desire to pull. I have noticed that when we take him out with the other dogs, he does sometimes pull them. So we're going to keep practicing with the leash, and then in his next video we may go over when you have other dogs in the area, how to still keep him under control, because distractions can be a problem for him. People he's a little wary of, and then dogs he wants to go towards. So he's a little distracted either way. But it's really good to practice without distractions first. Make sure that the dog knows the commands, knows what they're expected to do before you try to put them in an environment that's distracting for them. Good boy. Good boy. This way. This way. So when I change direction, I still have to give him a little gentle guidance with the leash again. So I'm just giving a gentle tug. It doesn't hurt him. All it does is get his attention. So just very gentle tugging. Good boy. This way. This way. So you see he got a little distracted by some dogs barking outside. So even though I've been guiding him this way, he turned around because he can hear the barking. And he does love to play with other dogs, we all know. So that's definitely a distraction that we need to focus on. Micky, this way. Good boy, Micky. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Sit. Good boy. Good boy, Micky. All right, he's doing really good. Even though I've been walking around for a while, he still sits very quickly when I tell him to. So he's definitely a very fast learner, and he gets the idea. So now we're going to mix it up and switch back and forth between walking around and between just going away from him and calling him over to us. Okay. So I'm going to let him get ahead of me. Come, Micky. Come. Good boy, Micky. Come. Good boy. Sit. Good boy, Micky. Good sit. Good sit. All right, so he did really well with that, even though he was a little confused and tried to follow me at first. He thought we were just walking around. But he did really well with the sit. He's doing much better. Micky, come. Micky, come. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good sit. Good sit. Alright, so he's doing really well. So even though we're going back and forth and confusing him with the following and then the coming, he's still focusing and doing really well. But it's always good with dogs to keep repeating, even if it seems like they're getting it. A lot of dogs, if you don't keep repeating with them, they will forget it. So you want to make sure you're using all of the skills that you teach him. So that time he got a little distracted by Ashley coming in. So Ashley's one of our other staff members. And so we can see that that's definitely something you need to work on. Whenever there's a distraction, you don't want to let him get away or go after that person or dog. You want to still keep working on whatever you're working on. So I kept walking him around, kept saying this way, and just giving gentle tugs on the leash to correct him. This way. Micky, this way. Good boy. Good boy. Micky, sit. Sit. Good boy. Good sit. Good sit. Good boy. Good boy. So he did get a little distracted by noises outside, and then there was a little something on the ground that he was looking at as well. So, but we still want to make sure he's following commands, which he's doing really well once I give him just a quick correction with the leash. So this leash works really well for training him. Again, you're just giving a gentle tug. You don't want to hurt him. You know, you're not trying to choke him with a choke chain or anything like that. You're just giving a nice little gentle tug that just gets his attention and doesn't cause him any discomfort whatsoever. Micky, this way. Good boy. Good boy. This way. Good boy. Good boy, Micky. This way. Good boy, Micky. This way. Good boy. Micky, come. Good boy. Micky, sit. Good sit. Good sit. Good sit. All right, he's doing really well. He's definitely got the sit commands down, the come, and he walks on the leash really well without distractions. So I think the next thing we need to work on is just adding in those distractions and making sure that he still follows the commands, because he definitely knows them. So we'll be working on that next time. This